I need to make sure this audio doesn't go into my recording. Music only goes to track 1. I think that's good. Test, test. Test, test. We've got audio. All right. This is my normal speaking volume. Why do I seem low? Am I low? Test, test. Am I low? All right, so this is my normal speaking voice. Okay. I mean, there's some audio there. We'll figure this out. I think I am okay with that level of audio. Let's do that. What does that sound like? Test, test. Audio test. Why do I sound kind of far away? Is it because I'm speaking low? My voice? Hang on. Something's wrong. Test, test. Test, test. All right, here I am speaking normally. Here I am speaking normally now. This is me speaking towards the mic. This is me speaking away from the mic. I wonder, did I lose power? How about now? All right. This is an audio test. How is my voice levels? I think we're good. Let's check the YouTube. My voice levels. I think we're good. Let's check the YouTube. Oh, shoot. I got people chatting at me. I apologize, YouTube. How's it going? You are catching me in the middle of my audio test. Apologies. I didn't see you. Oh my gosh. Perfect. All right, so I think people can hear me. So that's good. My computer keeps crashing. And when it crashes, my audio interface goes kaput. And then I have to like reset my audio volume. But I think we can hear me. Hey guys. All right, I want to check and make sure. Let's do this. Let's do there. All right, so now we should be able to see my VS Code, and I wanted to check out my website one brief second to make sure it's still pulling in my Twitch stream, Briarthorn.game. Ooh, that's awkward. Oh no. I can go to Google. Oh, is my website down? Briarthorn.game. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, heck yeah. All right, so my game's website now also hosts my live stream, so that's kind of cool. Sweet. I think at this point, I am ready to do some software development. Hey, Armacon, I appreciate the love. Really do. How's it going, DHBM? This is awesome, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by to say hi. All right, so step one is always make sure your game works from the previous session. So, and I also want to make sure you guys can see it. My YouTube followers there, do you see? I think you can. This is me turning around. Hopefully that comes out pretty clear. I don't know how zoomed in that looks. I do need to fix some resolution so the game can come across more in the vertical streams, which I think is where most people are finding me. You can kind of see it. The chat is overlaid on it. I don't know what would be worth more. Is it worth more to see my face or to see the game when it's running? Because I can put my face at the bottom of the vertical display and then the game at the top. I'll leave it alone as is. If you really want to see, you can go onto the horizontal display, I think. Let me switch. Speaking of horizontal, I didn't switch to the right one for my Twitch stream. All right. So we've got a game. I am actively building the scenario today. I've got a couple of enemies out there. They're not really doing too much. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Because right now, they just chase you. I kind of want to scale up the enemies as well, actually. Let's bring up Godot. This is gonna get annoying really quick. Does anyone know how to hide? Let's see, what does this say? Make the script editor floating. Right click to open the screen selector. I don't know if that's what I want. Anyway, scaling. I need to scale the enemy players. World. Because right now their scale is set to 24. Let's double it, I guess. Let's see what double looks like. 48. Oh. All right, we got that out of the way. So if I run that again, I believe they should show up a little bit bigger. Oh, that's so much bigger. Probably a little. Oh, now you guys can't see. Now you can't see the game. At a certain point, I promise, I will figure out how to be a streamer and be able to show you everything on my screen as it's happening. OBS is a pain. So if I close Godot and then launch my game, you should now be able to see it. There we go. All right. Now when I zoom out, we now see the enemy squares. All right, cool. I like that size, but I think that means my player size needs to be scaled up now. I need to figure out how to add. Oh, also, don't let me forget. I've got pizza in the oven. Oh shoot, when did I put that in? When did my stream start? My stream started 10 minutes ago. So how long does the pizza take to cook? What do we think? 15 minutes? Nah, it was frozen, right? 20 minutes? Let's say 20 minutes. So here in 10 minutes, I need to go run and make sure I didn't set my pizza on fire. Player. Wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, bummer. Let's make this 64 by 64. And now I should be able to... I gotta figure this out so you guys can see when I launch the game. Oh, wait. Can you see that? What's going on? You weren't able to see that before. If I maximize, what happens? No. What if I move it? Interesting. That's so weird. All right, good enough for now. As long as there's something on the screen you can see, that's what's important. I can't tell if you see. All right, I gotta pull up YouTube. I'll figure this out. This is a lot easier when no one was watching. All right, so if I turn, does it turn? It does not turn. What the heck? I'll figure this out. It's a lot easier when no one was watching. All right, so if I turn. All right. All right, so now that no one's watching, I have a little bit of time to get this figured out. I could just change it back to desktop mode. I really don't want to, though. There we go. All right. All right, so we've got enemy players that we need to engage with. We need radar ability to detect them. I'm probably going to need to change the distance, the length of my radar capability, which is defined in my database folder, I think. Sensor set to 2. Let's set the sensor to 10. See what that looks like. Woo! I can see everything. Perfect. So I can latch. I can shoot a couple of missiles. Zoom in to see them fly out. All right, the missiles are off. Performance is poor when I zoom in, and I think it's because of my debug window. The debug window draws a bunch of lines, and as I zoom in, it draws more and more lines. I don't know how to... I think Godot has a way to profile that. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So, a couple things I need to fix. I have the cursor set to the same bindings as zooming in and out. That's not ideal. So I wonder if I can address that quickly. If I shrink this, what does it look like on my vertical display? Okay. It doesn't. All right, cool. All right. Anyway, regardless, I'm building the engagement for my video game. So for the first level, the introductory level, it's really going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to have like 4 bad guys and a boss, and these bad guys are going to be shooting at you. The boss is going to be trying to outmaneuver you, get behind you, and blast you with an ion cannon. So that is what I am working towards building up. And to start with, I need a scenario scene that exists to set up the encounter without hand editing multiple legacy scene instances. What the hell does that mean? A scenario scene exists that sets up the encounter without hand editing multiple legacy scene instances. I think we have something like that. That's the Godot level editor. The scenario scene contains no gameplay sprites or meshes All player-facing contact rendering comes from the radar and track pipeline. Yeah. So that's basically turning off the debugging for the game, which is going to be inside the world editor. We will hide the enemies, hide the debug grid, and then launch our game. So it looks more like this. Ooh, performance is still really low. So I've already screwed something up. But there's the enemies. The enemies are coming. You can shoot a couple missiles. I mean, I am running in debug, but I wouldn't expect performance to be this low this early. All right, so I got a couple of usability issues here that we need to resolve. Does anyone know how to do Godot profiling? I've never done this before. I am so tempted to scrap Godot entirely and just write everything in C++. I know how to do C++. I've done it all my life, all my career, I guess. It feels like all my life. And I almost wonder if it would be better to just do that. But at the same time, I just want to get a game done, you know? All right. So, is there a profiler, debugger? Does anyone know how to profile? Let's see. Control, Shift P, browser. How to profile Godot. The profiler. Ooh, it even gives you a graph? So debugger, errors, profiler. You can run your game from Godot and play around. It's fun, blah, blah, blah. It's becoming feature complete. But then you open the skill tree. It grinds to a halt. Well, I'm grinding to a halt when it just freaking... Oh, it's right here, guys. You got to use your eyeballs. Make sure you use your eyeballs. Hello, my daily bot advertiser. Time for you to go bye-bye. Kabam! Be gone! You've been denied. All right, what was I doing? Profiling. Inclusive self auto start? What does this mean? Auto start is enabled for the following profilers, which can have a performance impact. Click to open. Okay, I guess I don't want to. So I need to run the game, I guess. Oh boy. I don't know if this is profiling or not. How do you set this? All right, I'm missing something. I am missing something. An overview of the profiler. Oh, I have been streaming for 20 minutes now. I need to go check on my pizza. Be right back. Don't touch that dial. It's like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Does this actually tell me an overview of the profile? You can open the profiler by opening the debugger panel and clicking on the profiler tab. Cool. It does not automatically run because profiling is performance intensive. It has to continuously measure everything happening in the game. To begin profiling, run your game, then focus back in the editor, click on the start button and top left corner of the profiler tab. Okay, I did that and this thing disappeared on me. What am I missing? So we run the game. The game is like struggling. Go to debugger. Oh boy, the game's gonna get worse. We're gonna start. So this looks good for the most part, but then when I do this, it gets really, oh, I hid the debug grid. I didn't remove it. So it's probably still processing. So now we, oops. Oh, I screwed up. I hit start and stopped again. All right, let's try it again. So start. Really don't even think I need to do anything. Try and turn. Try and move the cursor. Wow, this thing is struggling. 4 seconds of processing time. That is insane. So if I stop and close my game, what are we doing here? Yeah. What is going on? I have a, you guys don't see it, but on my, oh, there it goes. Okay. What do we got here? So the profiler is saying my physics frame is taking, wait, what? What is it saying? Process time? Oh, physics frame, because I'm putting all my logic in there. So what, how do I read this? Anyone know how to read this? It's not telling me anything. It's just a black screen. It's not telling me like where the processing is happening. What the hell? What in tarnations? Why is this not working? All right, I'm going to clear it. I will run the game again. I'll pull up the debugger, the profiler. I will start it. What if I close the... What will it do? Oh, man. I think it's locking up my entire Godot editor. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, what's the culprit? We are spending... Is that 25 seconds? Oh, no. Is this saying we're spending 25 seconds? Or 25,000 milliseconds. So 25 seconds in a draw call. That is insane. That is almost certainly the debug grid. So let's disable that. How do we do that? Does Godot let you just straight up disable processing? Ooh. Disabled. Does it also let you disable rendering? I guess that's what invisible is, right? Physics interpolation off. Okay, let's see what happens. Is my game usable now? Not really. Oh my god, no it's not. Oh, it's been a couple more minutes. Be right back. Check it out. Barbecue chicken. All right. Why is my performance so miserable? Do I lose my profiling data if I relaunch the game? Are you kidding me? Is there a way to make sure this isn't doing anything? I guess I can... I guess I could just do, like, in the draw function here, return. It's not gonna let me do that, is it? That's so dumb. What if I do pass? Pass. Will it go, will it go past this? Ooh, the game is struggling. And I don't know why. All right, what if I comment out Q redraw? I mean, it could be this isn't the issue. I'm starting to think it might not be the issue. My game sucks. There's nothing else happening on my computer, is there? OBS, VS Code. Okay. Profiler. Start. Start. We can pick and choose script functions. I want to see draw. So we have system maneuver running physics. We have 2 draw functions. This draw function right here is really bad. Is there a way to get to it? How do I know which draw function that is? Sensor field of view. What? This is why we profile. I never would have suspected sensor field of view being the issue. So it was never the debug line or the grid lines. That's my bad, grid lines. I didn't mean to say that. So what do I need to do? I need to set it back to inherit. Inherit. Okay. So it's my sensor search volume. So what do we think? The performance returns when the sensor search volume is within the field of view. But as soon as it extends past the window here, the performance like really degrades. I want to look at this in VS Code. So this is the draw function. I can already see one issue, I think. And that is we probably shouldn't queue a redraw every frame. We should probably only redraw if something in the state changes. So what about this function is causing so much problem? Well, for starters, we're allocating a brand new array every time we draw. And I honestly think we only need to redraw when detection range or field of view or maybe zoom changes. Hmm. So this seems like a need for signals, maybe? I either use signals or I check the delta every tick. Do I have to use a string? Ooh, I can use a lambda. That's really all I need. Let's do that. So I think we do something like this, right? We queue a redraw. Sensor, except, I mean, I gotta use the actual signals here. Which is, what did I do? Field of view changed. Detection range changed. The value is unused. So now we don't process. Now the draw function is only when the detection range or field of view changes. That didn't work. Is that the issues? The signal is declared but never explicitly used. And that's not true. Seriously? Data sensor. Data sensor. Field of view changed. Like, that's not true. It's being used. Field of view change is declared but never explicitly used in the class. Is this not how I'm supposed to use signals in Godot? What the heck? Am I crazy? What in tarnations is going on here? I'm gonna hide the sensor for now and see what happens. All right, comment that out. Data sensor, sensor field of view. I'll comment this out. Whatever. This game is stupid. Oh my god. Godot. You do so much to get in my way. All right. So that is the issue. The sensor, like this works fine now. It works perfectly fine. So the issue is the sensor volume, so that's good. Glad we figured that out. Ooh, I got a bad guys coming my way. I better fix the sensor before they kill me. Stupid game. Dude, what the heck? All right, this might be the job for AI man. Burb. Oh my gosh. Funnin'. I wasn't emitting the signals. Ridiculous. All right, let's see if that improves performance. Look at that. All right. And then when I zoom out, my sensor volume extends forever because we're not observing. Actually, yeah, we're not observing the zoom change. So now the Briarthorn object needs a signal. Briarthorn. What would that be? Where would, do signals go first? Signal zoom changed. There we go. Now we're cooking. Look at that. Awesome. Check it out. The missiles are off. And they're gunning for this guy. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, shoot. I know what I need then. Why the hell? The text-based, excuse me, the text-based scene is large. This slows down scene saving and loading. Consider saving its binary sub-resource to binary. Huh. Oh my god. Oh, did I undo my performance changes? Are you kidding me? That looks right. That looks right. Looks right. Guess I won't mess with this yet. That looks right. That looks right. That looks right. Okay. What is it struggling with? Oh, it's just an initial. Weird. It really has to think about that. What is that? I wasn't planning on spending today just doing like optimization, but this thing is like becoming unusable. I wonder what this is. Am I loading font for every text I'm drawing every time? Like, what the hell's going on here? I'm not even sure what to do here. Godot froze on me. Huh. Well, we'll see if I can track the issue down. Yeah, there it is. There's a draw function that's having issues. Sensor. Wait, what? Sensor field of view. Wait a minute. Thought. I think I undid something. All right. So what is going on here? Is it even when we do a single step in or out that it's an issue? Point count is 13,000. Why do I need 13,000 points to draw a simple cone? That is insane. So we have a field of view in radians. Forward minus field of view divided by 2. So what's calculating our points? Field of view times radius divided by 8. Or 32. We should only have like 32 points. What? What's going on here? Shouldn't max? Oh, max value. Okay, so it's because the radius is so large. That's insane. Okay. So radius accounts for the zoom radius, the zoom range. Point count is 13,000. So that's the default one. We do not need 13,000 points to draw a cone. Oh, that's annoying. Probably need like... The point count should probably scale based on the number of degrees. That way we have the same number of points in an arc. So what I'm going to do is have... I bet this can do it. If I do sonnet... Review the cone polygon implementation in sensor field of view. It's producing 13k plus polygon points to draw a simple cone. A simple arc. This is insane. I would expect the number of points to scale with the length, with the arc length, not the radius. I mean, that's not true. What I would want, honestly, is as the radius increases, the distance between points stays the same. So as the radius increases, the length of the arc increases, but the distance between points is the same. So the larger the arc length, the more points that are going to be in that arc length. With the arc length of the volume, not the radius. Soon may the weatherman come. May the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. So I don't know if we actually need to calculate an arc length or not, because you could just make it with respect to the length of the, or like the distance of the angle. What would you do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? All right, so now it's clamping it to field of view degree, so 60, 8, 360. What? All right, found it. The formula is this, which simplifies to field of view times detection range divided by 8, entirely driven by the game unit detection range, not screen geometry. With a large detection range, the point count explodes. Visual smoothness of a polygon arc only depends on the angular span, not the radius. 1 point per 1 to 2 degrees is indistinguishable from more. A full 360 circle gets 360 points. Okay, I see what it's doing. I don't know if I... Well, we'll see how it looks. It's probably going to be good enough. So much better. So much better. Yeah, you can't really tell. I think we're good. It just occurred to me that you might not be able to see. I don't understand. There we go. So much better. Not drawing 13 bajillion vertices for a frickin' cone. Ridiculous. Significantly improve sensor rendering performance. All right, so what was I originally doing? I need a scenario scene exists that sets up the encounter without hand editing multiple legacy scene instances. All right. So I think we basically have that, but I do need to add the big bad boss guy into the game real quick. That's we're calling that Dark Star, I think. Dark Star is gonna be the big bad boss guy. He might already be there. Dark Fighter, that's what it is. Dark Fighter. Um, okay, so Dark Fighter is out here. He needs to be scaled up. He is 64 by 64. He needs to be, yeah, 64 by 64. So he's still there. Node configuration warning. So I need to fix this because this isn't how we do it anymore. Dark Fighter was one of the first things I made. So we need a Dark Fighter definition. Create new resource called Dark resource. We're gonna call it Dark Fighter. Dark Fighter is an entity type. He will be a vehicle air fighter for now, I guess. He's on the bad side. I don't know if he has a scene. Did I draw something for him? Dark Fighter. I did. He's definitely going to have stats. He's going to be like, he's going to be pretty powerful. He's going to at least be 6'6". Ooh, 10, 6, 8. Let's give him, he's going to be pretty quick. Stealth. He's moderately stealthy. All right, lifetime. What's lifetime? He doesn't have a lifetime. He's not a weapon. He has a scene. Okay. So now in main, not in main, in the world here, I think we create a new entity. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. This entity is going to be called Darkfighter. And he will be a Darkfighter. Scaled to 64. Is he not? Why does he not have a visual representation? Oh, uh, right. Uh, let's see what he looks like in the game first. He doesn't have a visual representation because I didn't add one. They show up when the radar detects them. What's this? World debug enemies. All right. So if I launch the game, we have all kinds of problems. Invalid access to property or key scale on a base object of type null instance. What? Oh, my class is expected to have a polygon. Whatever. There, he has a polygon. Oh. There, he has a polygon. There we go. All right, I'm doing this wrong. I'm going to delete this. Let's copy this. Really? Woo! Darkfighter's huge! It's freaking huge! All right, there he is. That's Darkfighter. He's showing up as a red triangle. That's not correct. So we need to set the Darkfighter scene. Set to bomber. That's a Darkfighter. So why is that not show? Oh, maybe it was and I didn't notice. Let's check again. No, he looks the exact same. That's not right. Oh, I don't have a enum for him. So this would be like vehicle air fighter, vehicle air fighter, dark fighter. Dark Fighter. There we go. All right, so now when I run this, we should see a slightly different son of a biscuit. What the heck? What the heck? Programming is dumb. All right, what's happening here? What's happening? What is even happening? So in our world, we have a dark fighter. We assign it. Oh, it's assigned an enemy. Whoops. We need to assign it a we need to assign it dark fighter. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Run. And now he doesn't show up. Little twerp. Doesn't even freaking show up. Programming is stupid. All right, why does it show up? Why does it not show up? Doesn't, it needs an engine. Give it an engine for now. Why is this guy not showing up? Oh, why is this guy not showing up? Come on. Dark Fighter, he's bad. He has a scene. Fighter.t scene. It's under Dark Fighter type. Vehicle Air Fighter bad. Dark Fighter. Why is this guy not showing up? Create the entity, give it a position, a heading. Oh, I didn't register him in the type database. Come on, people. Gotta register him in the type database. So we got fighter player. So this needs to be dark fighter. Dark fighter. Dark fighter. I need to... It's supposed to... If it fails to find... It's supposed to return a fallback. Hmm. Oh, excuse me. Still doesn't show up. Because he's stupid. Dark Fighter is stupid. Stupid. So what else could it be? Why is he not appearing? I have a Dark Fighter defined. He has a scene. Why are these not showing up, but Dark Fighter does? Did I screw that up? Database scenes. Darkfighter.t scene. After all, don't put the blame on me. The blame on me. What are we dealing with here? Darkfighter exists. It's registered. Has a scene object. Is the scene object not centered? Open scene. He's right there. He's centered. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Oh my god, what is going on? Frickin' work, dude. Common parent is null. What's causing that? If I reload the project, I don't get an error. You don't put the blame on me. Alright, I tried. Bringing out the big guns. Let's stage these changes. I added a new entity called Dark Fighter to database types and added an entity registered as Dark Fighter.tres in the under the world scene. When I run the game, my player's sensor finds the 4 enemies, but the Dark Fighter is failing to show up. I'm wondering if there's something else I am missing, registration-wise. Did I give it too high of a stealth capability? Is my sensor not picking them up? Is that what's happening? I gave it a 5. That might be what's happening. The Dark Fighter might be too stealthy, which honestly is kind of how I want that to work. You're not supposed to necessarily know he exists right away, because he does have opportunities to get behind you without you seeing him. All right, let's see what happens if we get closer. Maybe I was mistaken on capability here. There he is. The Dark Fighter appears. So he's sneaky. Okay. Okay. All right, so Dark Fighter's implemented. Let's format our files. Lint. Everything's good. All right, what else we need? Scenario scene exists. It sets up the encounter. Check. The scenario scene contains no gameplay sprites or meshes. All player-facing contact rendering comes from the radar and track pipeline. So that is hiding the world. So that's what that is. So if I hide the world, I should now be able to hit play. Oh. Don't hide the world, because you are in the world as well. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to hide the debug lines and the enemies. There we go. Cool. And there's another guy out there that you don't even know exists. The scenario contains no gameplay sprites or meshes. Check. Optional debug visualization is gated behind an editor hint or debug flag so it does not appear in the gameplay build. I just turned it off. Check. Adjusting encounter composition. Position type side requires only changes to the scenario scene in the editor, not code changes. Well, check. All right, so I think this ticket's done. And that is number 86. What changed here? Oh, visible. Yep. create a pull request. And when that passes, we will merge it and we will move on. Most likely to start defining the behavior of our enemies and the fighter and how it's going to engage with the player. I suspect this will probably be the most complicated portion of at least the demo of this game, because I don't know what this looks like yet. I'm assuming some kind of behavior tree system. Yeah, based on that behavior tree, different commands will be invoked to affect the state of the game. But my initial thought is the enemy players are going to be a little bit more protective. They're going to like fly around or in formation around the boss to keep it defended, maybe. And then maybe as the player observes the behaviors of the enemies, they can use that to try and find where the boss is. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think that is where I'm going to call today. And I will catch everyone later.